Welcome to the Red Flags Talk Show. I'm your host, Abigail, and I know you're excited about this topic, how to attract a high value man. First of all, don't even think about money, don't think about his pockets, how much money he brings, because that's already out the question. He's supposed to already be doing those things. So, a man that is living on his own, paying his own bills, he should be already able to attract you and you will attract him because he's a high value man. First things first, you need to be a submissive woman. If you're not a submissive woman, then you cannot attract a high value man. Being a submissive woman is a green flag. Remember that. It's a green flag. If you can take orders from your boss, you can take orders from a man. And when we talk about being submissive, we're not talking about being a doormat or being a maid or being a slave to anyone. That's not what submissive means. Submissive means having respect for your men, having respect for your husband. The definition for being a submissive woman is a woman who chooses to be supportive, cooperative, and respectful in a relationship rather than wanting to lead or control it. The meaning can vary depending on culture, religion, or personal belief. Some people use submissive to describe a woman who respects her partner's leadership or decisions, is gentle, peaceful, and supportive, prefers traditional relationship roles, values harmony over conflict. In religious contexts, especially Christianity, the word can relate to teachings about marriage and family roles. For examples, in the Bible, wives are told to submit to their husbands, but husbands are also instructed to love their wives sacrificially and with care, such as Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22 through 25. But being submissive does not mean being weak or having no voice or no opinion, accepting abuse or mistreatment, being less valued than men. Healthy submission in a relationship is usually described as voluntary, mutual respect, not control or fear. So that's what submissive means. If you can value those bullet points that I just read out to you, then you can attract a high value man. It's hard to submit to a man that can lead, but if he can lead, then let him take the role. Sometimes women like to tear a man down and undermine his intelligence. But if you're trusting for a man to lead you, you have to trust his intelligence. You can't argue with him. You can't bicker with him. Just let him lead. You can give your opinions. You can state what you're feeling, your emotions, because a high value man will understand your emotions. He will feel you on another level. He will try to tap into your mind and try to see where you're at. What are you thinking? What are your feelings? That's what high value men do. And as a woman, a high value man wants to see that you respect yourself. If you can't respect yourself, then he's just going to see you as bait for his bed. That's what he's going to see you as. How do you represent yourself? How do you dress for an occasion? Do you respect yourself, or do you just operate in the spirit of lust so that any man can just take you as bait for his bed? No high value man doesn't want a woman who's operating in lust. He wants a woman that respects herself, a woman that can dress for the occasion, a woman that can set standards and boundaries for herself. When you set boundaries and standards for yourself, a high value man will be attracted to you. You don't have to show off your body on the first date or even on social media. When he looks at your social media, he's looking at whether you respect yourself or whether you're going to just be attracting other lustful men to your social media. Can you represent yourself as a soft girl? Can you give yourself the soft life? Can you represent yourself without having an attitude, without having to complain, without having to bicker. Can you do those things? No man wants to be treated with a nasty attitude or hear you complain about any little thing. Even when he takes you out to eat on the first date, you're not gonna order the whole menu like a little beast and devour everything. No. Whether he has money or not, you eat according to what you can eat. He doesn't want to see you hog up a whole table full of scallops and lobster. He wants to see you act like a soft lady. You want to be treated like a soft lady? Act like a soft lady. You got to do that for yourself first. If you can't do that for yourself, no man can do that for you. You have to love yourself first. Of course, a high value man can afford anything on the menu, but are you going to be greedy and order the whole menu? Of course not. He doesn't want to see that nonsense. He wants to know what you're going to bring to the table. And your answer is going to be this: I bring peace to the table. I bring love to the table. I bring joy to the table. Kindness, goodness, patience, self control, faithfulness, and gentleness. A Proverbs 31 woman and an attitude that's like Christ. That's what you'll tell him when he asks you, what do you bring to the table? And this is how you know if you attracted a high value man. He won't let you stay a girlfriend past 2 years, let alone be without a ring in the first 6 months of you dating. He is going to put a ring on it. And please don't live with a man before you're married, because you're doing wife duties for a man that you don't carry his last name. You want to carry that high value man's last name. You don't want to be your maiden name and just be regular. You want to carry that high value man's last name. So don't move in with a man before getting married, because a high value man will not allow that. He's going to put a ring on your finger. 6 months, within a year, he'll put a ring on your finger. You don't have to be desperate to want the ring or give hints to him. He already knows. He already knows. This is the one. This is going to be my wife. He is going to be treating you like a queen. But you have to represent yourself like a queen. And being a girlfriend past 2 years is diabolical anyways, because this means you haven't set your standards. When you set your standards, then you know you attracted that high value man. Setting standards and boundaries is very important when meeting a new man, a potentially high value man. So please set your boundaries and standards, because this all goes back to respect. You want him to see that you respect yourself, that you're a soft girl. You have this soft life. Remember, you have to boost your confidence. Think of yourself as a queen in your own eyes, and that you can be this wife to this high value man. You can treat him with honor and respect. You have to think that way. If you can't think that way, then you would just probably single for the rest of your life, or attract men who just want you as bait. That's just how it is. And once you begin to have everything in order, then you can pray to God to send you that high value man. Because we women, we don't pursue men, they pursue us. And another thing is, when you're on social media, check out your social media. What pics don't look right? What pics make me look like I'm bait? Just go through it and review it, and you can see for yourself. Examine yourself and see for yourself. Does this pic make me look like bait? Does this make me look desperate? Do men come in lust after my pics? Just examine yourself and you'll see for yourself. What I suggest you do is do a lot of cooking. Post food, post yourself cooking on your stories, or however you like it. But just post yourself cooking, because, as every man always says, a way to a man's heart is through food. So if you can show food as your love language in your soft girl era, then post food. Post yourself cooking. You have to be this man's chef for the rest of your life if you want to be married. So post food and take yourself videos if you would like. Cooking, and not just pictures, but post yourself cooking, looking cute, dressed up, not in anything immodest, but just appropriate so that you can attract this high value man and so that he can pursue you. These are all green flags. If you can do these things, you're a big green flag. So remember, know the signs and save your heart.